Hello, everyone. So we're going to wait a couple of minutes for everybody to come. So meanwhile, I'm going to share my screen. Okay, so I was just waiting a few seconds. Okay, so hello everyone, we're going to start. So thank you for attending today's webinar. So we will be focusing on the banking and financial industries and see how an SDK can help you accelerate your digital transformation. So on camera today will be two presenters. So Paviter, who is a solution engineer on the PSPDFKit side, and myself, I'm the product marketing manager on the ORPALIS side. And on the chat, you will have Fabio, who is a solution engineer for the ORPALIS products. So you can ask all the questions in the chat and we'll be happy to help. So today in our webinar, we will have two parts. So the first part will be a PSPDFKit demo with Paviter. And the second part will be an overview and a few demos of the ORPALIS technologies and the GDPicture.net SDK. And we'll finish with a Q&A if there are still any questions. So now I will leave you with Paviter.
Thank you, Elodie. This is Pavlo from PSPDFKit. Thank you everyone for being here. I'm a solution engineer at PSPDFKit, so more on the technical side. I'm just going to quickly share my screen. I'm going to walk you through a demo today. Here we go. So my screen is visible now. So I'm going to walk you through a demo today where we show how we help our customers in the financial industry solve certain business cases, how we can help them save time, money, and as well as implement workflows that are just not possible with regular PDF viewers or editors on a desktop. So just for some background, PSPDFKit started as more than a decade ago as a PDF SDK for mobile. And in the meantime, it evolved into a fully fledged SDK for multiple platforms with the PSPDFKit for web, which you can see here running in the browser in this window as being one of the main flagship products. I'm going to walk you through some business cases today that our customers usually come to us with. We're going to start with a really simple view and annotate use case. So imagine you work at the bank and you have this simple contract that you need to send to your client for review and approval. And the way you would normally do this, and this is one of the pain points that our customers come to us with, is you attach this PDF to an email, you send it to your client, they download it, open it in a viewer like this, annotate it, and then send you a new copy back. Now, once this happens a few times, once you have this back and forth a few times, you basically end up with multiple versions of the exact same document with different annotations on your desktop. Apart from this being a bit inconvenient, it's maybe also not that secure, having sensitive documents like this just lying around on your desktop. And the idea with the SDK is that what if we actually take this viewer and put it into your application? Like, as you can see here, the exact same contract, but this viewer here could be embedded into your web application or mobile, and we'll have a look at the other platforms in a moment. So instead of sending the document to your client, you can actually send them just a link. And when they click on this link, they would get redirected to a website where they will see this contract, and then they can start adding their own annotations. For example, if they want to have like a certain section changed, they can highlight that. And let's add a comment here. This needs to be changed. And the beautiful thing now is that you don't have to download this document and send it back. You basically just have to hit a save button or just close the browser window and you're done. What happens here in the background is that when the client opens this document, the viewer downloads the unmodified document from, let's say, your S3 storage, and any annotations that this client makes are getting stored into your database. So they're already done with the synchronization. They don't have to do anything. And now you can come in and view the exact same contract on your side. So your viewer will download the document. It'll get your annotations from the database, anything that the client made, and now you can add your own annotations. So we have completely eliminated that step where you have to have like multiple versions of the exact same document lying around on your desktop. It's just one document, and then you have multiple versions of annotations on top of it, and that's it. Now, this what we just saw was viewing and annotating asynchronously. So basically, you do the changes to your document, then your client views the document, and then back to you again. But all of this can also happen in real time. So, for example, if you're in a call with your customer, both of you can have the exact same document open on your Windows. And if one of you makes a change, let's just make an annotation here. The other one or anyone else in this session will also get the exact same annotations. Here, everyone is downloading their versions of the document, but the annotations are getting synchronized in real time over your own servers. And all of this can not just happen here in the browser, but also on a mobile device. This is one of those requests that we get a lot from our customers. Like, it's really important for them that they can not just do all of this on a desktop, on a laptop, but also on a mobile device. So here we have the PSPDFKit SDK for iOS with the exact same document that we just saw. And now any changes that you make here, you can see the annotation that I just made in the browser just popped up here. So you can just continue your entire workflow in your own mobile application as well. And with this application, we can even go offline. Like, this is one of that critical points for customers where they just want to download a document, the annotations, and then just go offline. And then while you make these changes here in your offline version, once you come back online again, they will be just be synced back. So there's no interruption to your workflow. And once this contract, let's just go back to the contract once again. Once this contract has been reviewed, like everyone has added the annotations, you can actually use the exact same viewer here again to make changes to the document. So here, for example, like if the customer requests that this needs to be changed, I can actually enable the content editor just to show that it's actually editing the content, and maybe just delete something here. And you can also add, like in the document editor, you can add new pages, you can add merge it with other documents if you have any attachments. You can do all of this without ever having to leave your application or ever having to go to like a different application. And once all of this is done, you could delete the annotations, and the document is basically ready for signing. But before we get to the signing part, I'd like to cover one more really important workflow that our customers use, and that is form filling. So traditionally, let's take this application form for banking. Normally, if you have a form, again, you send it via email, they fill it out, they send it back to you. And now you can either save this document to the server, but if you need to extract the data from here and put it into the database, you basically have to manually copy and paste all of this here and put it into your application. With PSPDFKit, you have a lot more control over this workflow. Like, this is really where you see the benefits of having an SDK embedded into your application instead of using regular PDF applications. Again, instead of sending the document, you can send a link to your client. And once they click on the link, they could, they would see this document, maybe with a much more simplified UI, like they shouldn't be allowed to edit the document anymore. So they can really focus on the signing, on the filling. And instead of seeing an empty form, they can actually see a pre-filled form. PSPDFKit gives you access to all of these form fields. So you can pass in a JSON object and say, these are my form fields, and this is the data that I already have for this client. So just fill it into those fields. For example, the name, if you have the customer ID, all of this can be pre-filled. So they'll see a form that's already pre-filled, and then you can guide them through all of the remaining fields. For example, you can make the viewer move to a certain field, and if I filled my email, it'll automatically go to the next field that they need to fill. So you can really guide the user to each of these fields instead of them having to figure it out manually. You have, again, you have full control over the entire workflow. And similar to the contract, once they're done filling out, they can hit a save button and they're done. They don't have to send you this document back. On your side, when it comes back to reviewing, let's say, put in my name here, there's an ID, just some random data. Now, again, I'm the employee at the bank. I'm reviewing this document, and here I can add some comments. I can say, let's add a comment here and say this is approved, but like the data is fine. And here you don't have to manually copy and paste this data into your existing system. You can just let PSPDFKit programmatically extract all of the data here and put it again back into your database. So there's nothing that you have to do. You can even go a step further now. Let's say the data that was entered here looks okay. You can then flatten these form fields, which means that you take away the ability to edit these fields, but leave the data where it is in the form, so that like the document can't be changed anymore. In this case, we also have signature fields, so we're going to leave the signature fields as they are. And that's it. This document is now ready for signing. And signing is actually that other really important use case. I would say one of the most popular use cases that our customers have, where they come to us and say, we need to have something like DocuSign, but it needs to be embedded into our own application. Like, we don't want our users to go to a separate like third-party website and do the signing, especially if let's say it's on mobile, or even if it's on web. We want to have the signatures to happen right there. Or some of our customers say, we are already using DocuSign, but it's too expensive and we need something in-house. DocuSign is actually one of our customers, so you can have access to the exact same technology that they use. And the way you would get this document signed is, like, you prepare the document. I've actually taken this document, which was not a PDF form originally, and just added the signature and these text fields. Just to show you, let's say, so I'm just adding the form creator. I'm picking a signature, just adding it. So this is something you can do with your documents. I'm defining a few properties here, and that's it. Like, this is my signature field. Just going to delete this for now. And once you send this document for signing to your client, again, they can have just a link where they click on for signing. You can again guide them through the entire process. So you can, for example, say, like, this is the field that my customer is supposed to sign. Make the viewer jump directly to the signature field, and maybe like show some kind of text box saying that please sign this field. Once I've signed this field, you'll get this this nice screen here. Once I've signed this field, you can automatically make the viewer jump to the next field that they are supposed to sign. Now, we also have other fields here, for example, for like the branch manager. The client is obviously not supposed to sign these fields. So you can actually deactivate these fields just for your client and then enable them again for the branch manager. So you can really have this nice guided workflow. And once your client has signed all of these fields, let's sign this one as well, and everything's there, you can then congratulate the user and just tell them that they're done. So this, again, you have full control over the entire signing workflow. For the signatures themselves, we saw that these are e-signatures. So this is just a signature appearance. It doesn't have any legal validity or anything. With PSPDFKit, you also have the option to make digital signatures. So if you get a digital certificate from any vendor that you want to work with, you can actually use that certificate and the PSPDFKit SDK to digitally sign these documents, which means that these documents are cryptographically signed. And if anyone tries to change these documents or tries to modify them, the signature becomes invalid. So it's another point for your, it's another, let's say, selling point or reassurance for clients, where you can tell them that your documents are protected. So talking about security, we're coming towards the end of my demo. There are 2 points I'd like to touch on. One is security. I talked earlier, like I said earlier, that it's maybe not secure of having these documents being sent back and forth, especially if they're sensitive documents. With the PSPDFKit SDK, you can actually like really go to great lengths to secure these documents. Like when you send these documents, like when the user clicks on a link and you send them these documents, you can encrypt these documents. So even if someone tries to, let's say, fetch this document from the browser, they wouldn't be able to do anything with it. You can apply watermarks on it. You can prevent the entire document to be sent at once, like only send it page by page. So you can actually make, like embed this all into your own application and also secure these documents at the same time. This was for security, and just one last comment, and then I'll hand it over again. What we saw here, like this, for example, can be embedded into a React application. We saw the iOS SDK, there's also one for Android, but this doesn't have to run on a website. We also have integrations for Salesforce, for SharePoint, for Teams. So we can basically take the documents from wherever they are right now, modify them, sign them, fill them out, and then put them back again. These documents could be living in Salesforce, they could be living on SD storage. There's a lot of flexibility in terms of what you can do. If you have any questions, I'm happy to answer them in the chat. Please feel free to post them. But for now, that's it from my side. Thank you.
So I am back, and this time, like for my part, since I have a few slides and a few demos included in it, I am going to share a video that I've made. I'm going to share my screen. Okay. And here it is. For those of you who are not familiar with ORPALIS, we're the editor of several brands of SDKs to process electronic documents from acquisition to archiving. So all these brands are powered by our flagship toolkit, jdpicture.net, and all the features and technologies that we're going to see today are included in it. So today we're going to focus on the features of our IDP component. So intelligent document processing can be incredibly useful for the financial industry because of the large volume of documents that financial institutions process on a daily basis. So IDP technology uses OCR, artificial intelligence and machine learning algorithms to automate the extraction of data from unstructured documents such as invoices, receipts, and financial statements. This process can be time-consuming and error-prone when done manually, and IDP can help to reduce both the time and errors associated with this work. So just as a reminder, 90% of all generated documents have unstructured data. So this means that they're not searchable, problematic in a day-to-day work because they're unable to be processed in automated workflows, and they're also not accessible. If we take the example of PDFs, scan and image PDFs are unstructured, which is expected, but it is also the case for digitally born PDFs. So a computer cannot extract data such as key value pairs, tables, or personal information from an unstructured or even semi-structured document automatically without an IDP tool. So key value pair extraction is a technique used in data extraction and natural language processing that involves identifying and extracting pairs of keys and values from unstructured text data. So in simple terms, a key value pair is a set of two linked data items, a key that identifies a specific value and the value itself. In the financial industry, so KVP extraction can be used in a variety of ways, including extracting financial data from reports and documents. Since the financial reports often contain a lot of data, such as text, tables, and charts, KVP extraction can be used to extract revenue, expenses, and profits from these reports. Extracting data from scanned customers' documents, such as ID, tax returns, and contracts. So the data extracted can be then repurposed elsewhere, like in pre-filled forms, for instance. And documents such as invoices, receipts, and bank statements contain important information that can be difficult to extract manually, especially on scanned files. KVP extraction can be used to automatically extract key information such as transaction amounts, dates, and vendor names from these documents, saving time and reducing errors, just like we're going to see in a minute in the demo. So for this demo, I will use the PSPDFKit web demo that you find on the PSPDFKit website. So you will find here, so I launch the demo. Then I will use the data extraction part. So here, the data extraction demo is powered by jdpicture.net IDP APIs. So our first example is the scan invoice. So if we want to see the key value pair extracted, you just click on key value pairs. And then the pairs are automatically extracted in a file. So what you see here, it's like the name of the key. For instance, like the first one is billing date, then its value, which is an actual date, then the type of information. Here it's a date time, and the accuracy of the result. So here it's 100%. So if we can see on this invoice, so a lot of key value pairs have been extracted. So we can see the customer, address, invoice number. Then we have discount, VAT, shipping cost total, and also some information at the bottom. Then if we are looking at a bank statement, which is important for our subject today, so we have also a scanned bank statement. And here again, you can see like all the pairs extracted. So we have here the IBAN, the BIC, the bank code, well, everything related to banking information, account owner, domiciliation, etc. Let's now talk about smart redaction. Smart redaction refers to the automated process of selectively removing sensitive or confidential information from a document. Unlike traditional redaction, which involves manually blacking out or deleting sections of a document, or semi-automated redaction based on OCR and regular expressions, smart redaction uses IDP technologies to identify and remove instantly only the specific information that needs to be redacted. Smart redaction is often used in industries where protecting sensitive information such as personal identifiers, financial data, or classified information is of utmost importance. It can help organizations ensure compliance with regulations such as the GDPR and similar privacy laws in other countries, while also streamlining the redaction process and reducing the risk of human error. The engine is not looking for specific text, but rather a type of information. As a result, the amount of information redacted at once is much broader. The results are automatically redacted. No need to select the regions to redact anymore. It works on scanned, low quality, and skewed documents. It redacts data in tables, graphics, colored backgrounds, and text in various orientations. It automatically retrieves a wide variety of informations that we're going to see in the next demo. So here I'm using the same PSPDFKit demo, web demo as before. So our smart redaction tool allows you to automatically redact a list of personal information. So they are listed here. So we have emails, credit card numbers, phone numbers, IBANs, URLs, VAT numbers, vehicle identification numbers, and social security numbers of various countries. So here we have a PDF application that contains a lot of personal information. And you can see that everything is detected. And then to apply the redactions, you simply have to click on Apply Redaction. And then they're all gone. So what's important to know here is that the information behind the redaction mark is not simply hidden in the same way that we would add an annotation on the top of a document, but it's actually destroyed and cannot be retrieved. So now we're going to take another sample with scan document. So to see how it looks on scanned documents of various quality. So the information is detected, also when the orientation is different, and the document is scanned with, not like a perfect quality. So it's the same thing. The information is detected, and to apply the redaction, You simply have to click on the button and then it's gone. And that's it for the main challenge when dealing with table detection and extraction is to define a table. As you can see in my example, a table can have different hierarchy between cells. Sometimes a cell specifies a header and can be located on top of the table, on the left, on the right. And tables can include cells and columns that can be neat or poorly defined, tabular layout with no table outline, stack layout with no vertical lines, mixed layout, justify layout, and more. So with gdpicture.net, you can now detect all these tables and extract their data. Table extraction can be used in various ways within the financial industry. For instance, for financial statement analysis, it can be used to extract data from balance sheets, income and cash flow statements, annual reports, and other financial documents. This can help financial analysts and investors to quickly and accurately analyze data and make informed investment decisions. Table extraction can also be used to identify irregularities or inconsistencies in financial data that may indicate fraudulent activities. By extracting data from various sources and comparing them, financial institutions can detect discrepancies much faster. Banks can use table detection to automate loan processes. This involves extracting data from various sources, such as loan applications, credit reports, and financial statements, to evaluate creditworthiness and make lending decisions. Another use case is risk management. By extracting data from various sources, such as financial statements, credit reports, and market data, risk managers can evaluate and manage risk associated with investments, loans, and other financial products. Financial institutions are required to comply with various regulation and transparency laws. So table extraction can be used to extract data from various sources to ensure compliance with these regulations. With the next version of gdpicture.net, you will be able to extract tables directly to an XLSX file, which is a stepping stone of our next major feature release, which is PDF and image conversion to XLSX. I will now let Fabien show you the results you can expect with this new component.
Hello, I am Fabien, software engineer at PSPDFKit, and today I will show you a demo about PDF to XLSX conversion. First, here testing case for today. This is a financial statement on a PDF, but this is mostly an image. We cannot select any text, and there is no metadata about the table or anything. So I will start the project. Here we go. So we don't need a lot of code to do that. This is mainly loading the PDF, then running the OCR, setting some option for the spreadsheet, like if we want to separate the table or render everything on the same sheet, and then save as XLSX. So I will run the program. Will pop up because I use a demo key. Okay, it's running, and we should have the results here. Okay, we have it. So financial statement, and we have the table. You can see this is same table. Everything is placed at the correct place, and we have the correct value. If we want, we can now edit everything. And yeah. Also, I can show you another example with this invoice. So there is multiple table on it. There is 4 table, and in this case, we want to render everything on the same document and same sheet. So I will use the correct file, running the project. Okay. And now we should also have the result for the invoice. I'm opening it. Here we go. We have four tables, and with the correct text, we can editing everything. So yeah, this is it. We can also use the page layout to render the file, what we want to do. So thank you for watching. If you have any question, I will be here during the presentation. And yeah, that's all.
To finish this webinar, I would like to quickly present a few jdpicture.net features that are used by many of our customers in the banking industry. The first one is recognizing MICR lines in scanned checks. So our scanning SDK includes all the tools needed for document acquisition by a scanner or any other capture device. Then, for those of you scanning checks, our OCR engine can recognize its MICR lines. MICR stands for Magnetic Ink Character Recognition and is a standard encoding technology in the banking industry used mainly for checks. It is this line here highlighted in blue, which uses one of two specific fonts, CMC7 and E13B. The MICR line contains important information such as the account number, routing number, and check number. This information is used to process the transaction and ensures that it is credited to the correct account. Our MICR tool is accurate on poor quality and poorly contrasted images. Its recognition accuracy reaches 99.9% on 300 DPI images. It automatically repairs altered symbols and is symbol size tolerant. It detects MICR fonts automatically without the need to set the region of interest on the document. So without a tool to recognize these lines from scanned documents, financial institutions would need to manually enter this information into their systems. This can be time-consuming and error-prone, especially when processing large volumes of checks. Finally, I wanted to mention PDFA conversion because it provides several benefits that are critical for the sector's operations. PDFA is a file format that is specifically designed for the long-term archiving of digital documents. It is an ISO standard and ensures that documents can be reliably read and accessed in the future, regardless of changes in software, hardware, or operating systems. This is essential for financial institutions, which often need to keep records for many years or even decades. PDFA files are self-contained and can embed all the necessary fonts, images, and other elements needed for proper rendering. This ensures that documents look the same when they are accessed years later, avoiding discrepancies or misinterpretations. And PDFA files can be digitally signed, providing an extra layer of security and authenticity. This is important for documents that require legal validity and protection from tampering. So we're now at the end of this webinar, so we thank you very much for your attention. Okay, I've stopped sharing the video. Yes, sorry for it showed in a really smaller screen than we expected, but I've put the link of the video that you can watch at the normal size, especially for the demos. And also we will have a recording that we will prepare and put also on YouTube, on our YouTube channel. So it's time to ask the last questions and see if we can help with that. So I see that someone is typing. And I think, yeah, all the other questions were answered by Fabio and Paviter. Because it's adding the signature, because on a PDFA you can sign it, so the signature adds another level of security, but also you cannot modify a file saved as PDFA. once it's converted, it's not supposed to move. Oh, okay, I thought Fabio wanted to add something about PDFA. Yes, so of course, don't hesitate to ask us any question on our different support platforms, and we're always here to help you with anything. So thank you very much for attending. Well, thank you, Eric. And for XFDF, I think Fabio said that it's going to be there soon, but yeah, I don't know. Myself, I don't have more information. No, thank you. And okay, so I will we will stop the webinar for now, and well, see you all soon. Thank you very much.